So St. John chapter 20, verse 29 says, Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed.
That's right. So that's back then in the ancient world when Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, was walking the earth. And guess what? The disciples that he was walking with, they saw him. So naturally, if you see something, you're going to believe it's there, man. Just like I can look at this tree. I can see that it's there. All right? So you got to have faith to believe in the Lord that you don't see, man. All right? Because our people, and even the people back then that saw him and believed, all right, they were blessed, but you still have people back there that saw him and didn't believe that he was the son of the Lord, man. Yahweh. Go ahead,
It says, blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed.
So who is that? That's talking about us, man. We ain't seen this image of the Lord come out the sky and was like, oh, that's Yahushua, we believe. No. We got the message, man. We heard the words. We heard his words. And we believe that he is real, man. Matter of fact, we don't just believe, we know that he's real. Alright? We know that he's real. And the people that don't believe, that's that nigga that was in the car last night. And I was working. Oh, fucking drunk and shit. I think they about to start football up. So got a lot of these college kids coming back. But yeah, man. Like, and to this day, man, if Yahushua was to come here right now, in the same way he came back then, but he's not coming back like that no more. But if he was to do that, these people still wouldn't believe. Only certain people that saw him will believe, man. It would be the same way like he came back in the ancient time. Only the men that were supposed to believe and get it are going to get it. That's why this time when he comes back, he's coming with all his glory and the heavenly angels, man. He's coming back on his chariot. He said he will not meet you as a man. So guess what? You ain't going to have no choice but to believe. Because that fear going to set in. Niggas going to start sweating. Palms all sweaty. When you see them, you know what? And a lot of these dudes, they going to faint, man. Just like a woman. They going to see them, oh. The Lord got the power to pick your ass right back up, man. So you can see what's happening. You're not going to get away with it that easily, man. Alright? The Lord is not going to let you get away with it that easily. You just faint. You think that a missile just going to come, boom, hit this place. You're not going to feel a thing? No. You're going to feel hella pain, man. Alright? You're going to feel hella pain. Why? Because the Lord ordained for that to happen. Why? Because you niggas don't want to listen. You a stiff-necked people, man. And for your stiff-neckedness, it's a reward for that. And the main reward for you not believing in the Lord is a thing called ICB and missiles. Alright?
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 24. It says, because I have called and ye refuse, I stretched out my hand, no man regarded.
That's right, man. So he's calling right now, man. How's he calling? He put his men on the streets. He put us out here to bring the word. So right now, if you hear us calling, man, that's just like if I seen somebody over there, his name was Mark. I'll be like, yo, Mark, come here. Come here, Mark, come here. And you study here, we calling your name, and you don't want to come, guess what? If you don't come, that means you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear what I got to say, man. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. If I'm calling you and you don't come, that means you don't want to hear what he got to say, man. So the same way we out here calling our people. They're standing around listening, but then nobody's coming. And we only out here searching for the men of the Lord, man, the elect. All right? And if you women have men that's under your elect, then that's up to them to teach y'all, man. All right? But we ain't out here for everybody, man. We ain't begging nobody to listen either. Because the Lord called and you ain't heard. Go ahead, all right?
It said, Proverbs 1 and 25. It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof.
That's right. You have set at naught all his counsel with none of his reproof. That means you don't want to be corrected. You don't want to hear what the Lord has to say. That's just like a hard-headed child, man. Always in trouble, constantly in trouble. Because he can't listen to what the parent has to say. Now, who's our father? Abanawa, Yahweh. All right, that's our father. He sends out all the words, all the orders. All right? We out here doing his work the same way Yahweh Shah did. All right? And like I said, this work ain't for everybody, man. Can't everybody come out here on these highways and byways and take in humiliated? Well, so-called humiliation. Because we know the truth, so we're not humiliated, man. You might think that you're humiliating us, you know? But that's going backfire.
It says, ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
That's right, man. So when you people can't go get your food, you know, matter of fact, since for y'all that love your children so much, you know, talking about, oh man, if this happened, I'm gonna kill for my baby. They gonna have to kill me. Guess what? Guess what's gonna happen then? When your children is not eating, and you sitting there crying your eyes out because you don't know where your next meal is coming from, and you get so hungry, you're contemplating on eating a child to survive, so that everybody survives. So you try to look at the fattest child, who got the most meat on it. When these things are going to happen, guess what? The Lord's going to be laughing at you. Why? Because you laughed at his men. And you're not laughing at us, you laughing at the Lord. All right? Like the scriptures say, if they reject us, they don't reject us, they reject the one that sent us. Roughly paraphrasing it. You know? But that's who you rejected. You're not rejecting us. Talking about, like you have people come by here a lot. Ain't nobody listening to y'all. That's right. They told Yahweh Shah the same thing, man. Ain't nobody listening to you. You're not the son of the Lord. You're not the son of Yahweh. You're a wine bibber. You know? You're a blasphemer. So all these comments that these people walk past and tell us now, guess what? They told Yahweh Shah the same thing, man. And guess what happened to Yahweh Shah? He got put on the cross, right? And people believe that to be the end. Like, oh yeah, he's gone. Matter of fact, here we go. This is the book of now, because it's going to come a time like they put Yahweh Shah to death. All right? So people going to look at that like, oh yeah, they dead, they gone. Why? Because they don't understand death, man. Matter of fact, grab wisdom of Solomon. You got something? Grab wisdom of Solomon.
So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, but the soul of the righteous are in the hands of the Most High.
That's right. The souls of the righteous is in the hands of the Most High. So that's the souls of his men. It's in his hands, man. All right? So if your soul is in his hands, That means he's protected. All right, he has his hand around you, man. Just like they got that song, he got the whole world in his hands. Well, guess what world he has in his hands? The world of Israel, man. Starting with the elect. Go ahead, huh?
It says, and there shall no torment touch them.
That's right. So no torment shall touch him. Because right now we catching hell, man. All right, yeah, we catching hell. So what? That's a small thing. But the torment we talk about once these things really hit the fan, because you got dudes, you know, that's not in the truth. They catching major hell. Their kids are getting killed. They're getting killed. We're not suffering that right now. And if that has to be part of our journey in this truth, then so be it. Why? Because it's going to explain that. Go ahead, huh?
It says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery.
That's right. So when we die, in the sight of the unwise, they look at it like, damn, he just got killed. So they cry, oh, something so, and all that bullshit, man. Why are they taken from misery? They don't understand it. When we get taken out of here, we at peace, man. We back in our right mind. We're back in the spirit world. We know that we're Israelites. We know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know? But the unwise will look at that and be like, oh man, he's gone. Why? Because misery loves company. You still want that same person here to go through the same hell that you're going through.
It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
That's like I just said. They're going from us to be utter destruction. So the going from us is meaning we passed on into the spirit world, man. Alright? That means that we left that when you kill one of the brothers, or you kill me and this brother, we not mad. You know? We not going to rush the process. Go out here like, yeah, kill me, nigga. I don't give a fuck. We ain't out here doing that. You know, because you're not supposed to tempt the Lord your God, man. But if it was to happen, we ain't going, well, of course we're not going to lose no sleep over it, you know? But we're going to be at peace, man. We ain't going to have no out-of-order women, no out-of-order children, you know? We ain't going to have to come out here and teach you stiff-necked people. We going to be on the right hand of the side of the Father, man. Chilling right where Yahweh shine. Chilling with Yahweh, man. At peace, man, at rest. We ain't gonna have to wake up every morning and go slave at a job to make a little bit of money just to barely pay our bills. You know? That means we're gonna be at peace. We're gonna be out of here, man. But you people look at that like it's a bad thing. Oh, he's dead. He's never gonna see his kids. His kids not gonna know him. Guess what? You're covering the same place we at. And that don't go just for the Israelites. That go for you other nations too, man. You all gonna go back to the dust. Your body's gonna go back to the dust, man. And your spirit is gonna go back to the one that created it. Alright, so the Lord tells you where you're going, man. You're not going to heaven or going to a hell. You're going to the spirit world, man.
It says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
That's right. So we be punished like it's coming a time, man. All right, well we're going to be put in concentration camps. We're going to be put in concentration camps. We're going to be put in concentration camps. You know. Back in 1995, Bill Clinton signed in the act to use the guillotine as the capital punishment. So he did that. So guess what? They're gonna use that. Just like we said about them thermonuclear missiles. They don't just sign acts just to have them ready. When they sign a bill into the Congress and all that, and sign into a law, they have every intention on using that. So it might come a time, man, this brother got to sit there And they're going to be like, you know what, man? You ain't going to take this chip. We're going to cut your damn head off with the guillotine, man. And people going to look at that like, oh, this punishment, that's brutal. But guess what? That means we're going into immortality. What's that immortality? Going back into the spirit world, man. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first, man. So if we happen to die in the time of Jacob's trouble and we do be one of the elect, we're going to be the first ones on them chariots coming down here to destroy this place along with Yahweh Shai and the rest of the heavenly angels. And you going to know it's us. Because guess what? That same person that put us to death, that's going to be the first person we coming after, man. Lord's will.
So 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 14. It says, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men to look from hope for the Most High to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection of life.
That's right, man. So it's good to be put to death by men, man. And hopes. Read that one more time, bro.
So second.
Because guess what? It's going. That time is coming, man. Where they gonna put us to death. And they already doing it now, and they've been doing it even back in the Maccabees time. Alright? They did it back in the beginning of America with slavery. They did it to us in Rome. They did it to us in Greece, and the Greek Empire, the Babylonian Empire, the Egyptian Empire. You know? That's why it's a thing called reincarnation, because you come back, man.
It says, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men.
That's right. So see that right there? They was about to put him to death, man. They was about to put him to death, and he said it is good to be put to death by men. Go ahead, Al.
It says, being put to death by men to look for hope from the Most High to be raised up again.
To look for hope for the Most High to be raised up again, man. And that's our whole purpose right now in this time right now, man. If we get put to death in the time of Jacob's trouble, and we've been doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're hoping that we're going to be raised right back up when he comes back to destroy this place, man. So we looking at like, you know what, man, you kill me, I'll be back. Just like, what's that, they had a movie similar to that. I think it was The Butterfly Effect. But with that movie, they was just trying to change the outcome of every situation. That's what that was. You know, but matter of fact, that's like the Terminator. He said, I'll be back. Yeah, that's us. We'll be back. You know? It terminates your ass, man. You put us to death, man. Lord will, if I got that on my mind at that time, you know, and they try to put me to death, I hope the Lord give me the spirit to be like, yeah, I'll be back. He said just like that, sarcastically, man. You know? Because them people don't think, you know, that's possible. That's why they got a thing now, and them devils know, man. They know the truth, man. The Rothschilds and all that. That's why they pay these niggas, these rap niggas, to talk about YOLO. You only live once. Alright? They say you only live once. That's a lie, man. Because your spirit never dies. It's a thing called reincarnation, man. You come back in another body. Not as an animal. You come back as an Israelite. Or whatever tribe you was in. You're not gonna, if you're an Israelite in this life, you're not gonna come back as an Edomite in the next life. You're gonna come back right back as an Israelite. You ain't gonna come back as no tree, no shoe, no fish. You know? But you had them goddamn dot heads teaching. You're gonna come back as an Israelite, man. And if you're another nation, guess what? You're going to come back as that nation. Why? To get your judgment, man. It ain't no escaping. It ain't no escaping the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
So 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32, it says, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
That's right. It says the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. Right? So the men out here on the highways and byways, and I'm not saying all of them, you know, but the men of the Lord that's giving you the right doctrine, you know, and telling you the things that's going to happen before it happens, because that's what prophesy means, man. It means to say before it happens, speak before it happens, man. So the men of the Lord that got put to death like John the Baptist, you know, he came back. First of all, you had Elijah, which was reincarnated to John the Baptist. All right, you had Solomon, which was reincarnated to who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. You know, Samuel, so on and so forth. All right, all their spirits came back. And all the ancient prophets that was put to death back in that time, they here right now in this hell of America teaching the words of the Lord, man. And how you know that's prophecy, man? It was said back then, man. When our people came over here, when it said, you shall go in captivity with your king, as it spoke about in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, who was our king? Our king was King David. All right? And guess what? He was over here in captivity. Which I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe Nat Turner, he had the spirit of King David, man. Because he was a warrior. And Nat Turner read that scripture where it said the first shall be. Are you taping us, man? Are you taping us?
No.
All right, because
we
don't want to be recorded, man.
Oh no, I texted my girl that I was listening to you guys because I'm a pastor's kid. I think a lot about prophecy. I was writing a dissertation on prophecy before I got
What about prophecy?
I'm just hearing what you guys were talking about.
What about prophecy? What do you know about prophecy?
Well, I mean, I just like what you were talking about, like what makes a prophet is a kind of knowledge that can only be given by God, right? Yeah. So if that's what a prophet is, then the kind of knowledge that a prophet has doesn't really belong to the prophet, it belongs to God. The prophet's just the vessel for God's knowledge, right? So I always just thought about that how weird it is that the prophets themselves don't have prophetic knowledge that's theirs, it's given to them.
Exactly. Why? Because they were chosen.
Right.
They were chosen vessels and it was given to them. Like you said, it was given to them. It ain't given to everybody. Can't everybody come out here on these highways and byways and break the Bible down like the way we do it?
I believe that. So that's, for me, it's one of the things that's humbling. It's like, well, if I have any insight, I can't say that that's because of me. It's because it was given to me. You know what I mean?
So Amos chapter 3, verse 7, it says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
That's right. Surely, read that one more time about what the son.
It says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
That's right. The Lord won't do nothing, man. He reveals his secrets, which is secrets of the words in this Bible, man.
And that was Amos what?
Amos 3:6.
Amos 3:6.
What's your nationality?
Amos 3. Okay.
What's your nationality?
My name's Jacob Israel Children. My dad gave me a big, heavy name.
That's what your dad gave you?
Yeah,
I mean, but what's your nationality?
Oh, I mean, I was, born and raised in the States. My ancestors are all basically
what was
European.
your father?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what does your father? Because you had so-called black men running Europe at one time. So, like, what would you say that your bloodline goes back to? Besides European, right? Because you have Israelites that might look like you. Well, I ain't even gonna say might, they do look like you.
Sure.
Because this thing is not about color, right? When we say the so-called white man, we talking so people understand the terminology that we're using. All right? Let's put it like that. Matter of fact, grab Danny 907 real quick. Because it's all according to your spirit. Because you can have a certain dude that looks like, for instance, Bruce Lee, right? Which we believe that he was a so-called black by his spirit. Why? Because he hated the so-called white man. Everybody in his school was talking so-called black. You also have a guy called Blake Griffin, right? His son looks damn near white, right? But his father goes back to a so-called black. That would make him an Israelite.
So Daniel 9:7, it said, O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee.
That's right, righteousness, that's right. That's all of it. That's righteousness.
It says, but unto us confusion of faces.
That's right, confusion of faces. So, go ahead.
It says, as at this day, to the men of Judah,
Men of Judah,
and to
the so-called American Negroes. Go ahead.
It says, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem,
The inhabitants of Jerusalem, the rest of the tribes.
and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them.
That's right, from all the countries where the Lord driven us.
Because of their trespasses that they have trespassed against thee.
And what's our trespasses? We turn our back on the Lord. Right? We started worshiping all the nations' gods. So modern day right now, you will have this image right here, what they call Jesus Christ. But the scriptures, if you got a brain you can read, the scriptures clearly tell you that his image will look more like that. That's what the scriptures say. Woolly hair. Don't no so-called say European don't have no hair like that. I mean, it's a lot. They don't have no hair like that. They don't have hair like wool, man. Only people that's capable of having that kind of hair is a so-called black man. And matter of fact, that we on that topic, I was watching the Discovery Channel, and they got this show called Naked and Afraid, right? And they put Edomites, so-called white people, they put them in different regions, right?
They gotta go around naked.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the first one I saw, they was in the cave. So, but then they trying to start fires and all that. So I'm like, man, that's because they from the Mount Seir. That's where so-called white people come from. The Caucasus Mountains. That's where you get Caucasian from, right? So that's where you get that show, The Flintstones, because they tell you their story, where they come from. They don't tell you the whole story, right? So now, having pale skin is leprosy. That's a curse. It took all the melanin out the skin. Right, so the first thing that those Edomites are doing when they got in the desert, right? They found some water, splashed it on their body, and put mud on their skin to block them from the sun. Man. So that's how you know that the Most High, Yahweh, the Jesus, who y'all call him, he had to have dark skin to live in those regions.
Well, yeah, my dad used to always laugh when he saw pictures of Jesus like that. He's like, that's like Southern California surfer Jesus. That doesn't make any sense with the part of the world Jesus would have been born in. So, I mean, I'm really I have to actually meet my girl, but is there a way I can look up some of this stuff over?
You go online, man. You go to GMS Philadelphia. No, GMS Watchman Philadelphia.
It's
GMS.
GMS Watchman?
Yeah, Philadelphia. All one word. Just subscribe. And you can just go on GMS period, and a whole lot of videos will pop up. You know, you got brothers that teach all over the world. You got brothers in London. You got brothers in China. You got brothers in Australia. So this is by far a colored thing, man. Because like you could have walked up to us, you know, and like with certain groups, and they'd have cussed you out. They'd be, oh, what the fuck, you a white man? No, you the devil. No, we spiritual men, all right? So you come in humble, so we want to explain things to you. Appreciate it, you know? And you got a name like that. So, I mean, I don't know who you are. So you could be Israelite, you couldn't be. That's not up to me.
Well, hey, keep preaching, man.
All right?
Appreciate it.
Got something else up? You see how slick he was? Sit there and I saw him doing this with his phone.
Yeah, I was like this.
Yeah, that's how that motherfucker probably was taking. You know, and them cops, I believe them same cops that came past him last week probably sent that motherfucker. That's your cousin. Yeah, man, but you know, you gotta be on point when you out here on these highways and byways. And you know what? That dude probably wasn't Edomite. Just on the way he did that sly shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was cunning with his words, man. Want to stand on the side.